Maximals, welcome back to Fable 3. We have done it. We have taken over Albion again. So now we're going to do the trial. Let's go to the throne room. So we could be soon done with this whole thing. And I also need to keep an eye out, because the darkness, I believe, is still going to be around. I know for a fact it will be. I wouldn't dress in my chicken costume, but you know, I'll do that in my own time, like my own little adventures. You know, I think it's a case where I transitioned from Chicken King to proper King, so I guess it makes sense.
All stand to attention for the King of Albion.
Right. Now, remember what I said about heads and tails? This is going to play a big role in the next couple parts. This part and the next part,
Logan, former King of Albion, you stand accused today of crimes against the kingdom and its people. Those who brought you to justice will now speak.
There's not a soul alive in the kingdom who hasn't suffered for his glory, and plenty who've died for it. I says, let him have some death of his own.
Look, I'm not one for lopping people's heads off, but we saw Major Swift executed like it was a bloody circus act. He deserves nothing less as far as I'm concerned.
But aren't we better than that? Isn't that why we fought to be here now? I've seen what Logan has done to this city. People starving to death, children forced to work, but killing him now won't solve anything.
It is not my place to decide his fate, but his betrayal condemned many of my people to death. He promised us salvation, and then left us to face the darkness alone.
I had good reason to break that promise, and I had good reason for the crimes you claim I committed. The day I returned to Albion, I received a visit from a blind seer, Teresa, our father's guide. She showed me the future of this kingdom. The darkness in Aurora is coming here, bringing death, destruction, the end of our way of life. The sacrifices I had to make, I did them to protect Albion. If a few had to suffer, it was to build an army. If a few had to die, it was to save a country. I have spent years preparing for this attack. Let me stand by your side now, and all my soldiers will be yours to command. Let us face the coming darkness, together.
If this is true, if it's really coming here, we are all in grave danger.
You have the power over life and death, brother.
Right, heads
Now,
and tails, fellas. Heads pardon, tails execute.
The people await your verdict.
Fuck, okay,
Do what you
execute.
feel is best for the kingdom.
It was tails. I'm sorry.
You can't escape punishment for what you've done, Logan. I sentence you to death.
The king has made his decision. Logan will pay for his crimes against the people of Albion with his life.
And just saying, I know what happens. He stands by you if you let him live. I know it's better to let more people live with you, but I am going to do it in this way.
Squad forward.
This is new for me because I haven't seen the scenario.
Attention. Ready. Take aim. Fire.
I would have not minded saving him, but again, I'm doing this. That is my rule. Heads and tails. Consider the proposals. So again, this is all going to be heads and tails at this point. Now we're going back to the road to rule, so let's see what's going to happen here. But that's the thing though, I'm going to, unfortunately, you know, do a few things I'm not going to really like, but I'm going to literally do this by chance.
You have fulfilled the first part of your destiny. You were little more than a child
No,
when you
wasn't.
left the
Fuck
castle.
off.
You have become a hero, a leader, and now, finally, a monarch. But your journey is not yet done. Now you are king. You can know the truth. Albion will soon be attacked, and the threat could not be greater.
Yeah, so the darkness was, there was a reason.
Darkness is coming to our land. It cannot be reasoned with, it cannot be halted. The ruler of Albion is all that stands between the world we inhabit and that darkness. That is why you had to take your brother's place. The course of history demands it. If you do not succeed, everything we know will come to an end.
So that's why he was being hard, because he thought, fuck it, I want to get much resources, sacrifice, whatever. And he literally had to, in some messed up sense, and sadly that's
never
something
about Logan, was it?
I told you what you needed to know, and I never spoke anything but the truth. With Logan on the throne, Albion would have been doomed. This much I know. Only with a hero wearing the crown do we stand a chance of survival.
And how do I stop it?
You won't. Its arrival is inevitable. 1 year from now, the darkness will fall upon Albion.
Sounds similar
All
to the
you can do
Saiyans
is
arriving on Earth
and
in
hope
1
to
year's
save
time.
as many of your people as you can.
Good reference.
How you do so is up to you. 2 paths lie ahead. You may keep the promises you have made and be known as a benevolent ruler. But understand that doing so will leave little to spend on the kingdom's protection and may lead you to disaster. It is not easy to be popular and keep the treasury full, unless you are willing to sacrifice your personal wealth. But you may also choose to break those promises, to harm your people in order to save them. You will not lack the means to build the army you need, but you will be hated. This path will cast you in the role of a tyrant.
But that's why he did it then. That is why though he did it. And there was a reason.
Be the ruler that readies Albion for the greatest threat it has ever faced. And be the hero that can stand against it.
I've only got 4 points, fuck's sake. Fucking Christ, I have not got... I really want these, but I know I can't. So I've just got to keep saving up my points. Oh. Okay. Let's go. I don't know what else to do. I mean, I've only got so much. 11 marriages, yeah. And most of them all at the same time as well.
Your Majesty, I'm not sure what to say after receiving such news. The darkness that is coming. People won't understand what it means. Nobody could, without living through it first. We need to prepare. If we can't stop the attack from happening, we have to be ready when it comes. You will need to raise a fortune to pay for the army we'll need. Hobson will show you the treasury, and I'm sure he can explain just how to fill it.
Indeed I can.
Then I will leave you to it. Ben and I will begin recruiting and training soldiers at once.
If you will follow me,
Right, come on Hobson.
Oh, how
Lead the
I
way.
have looked forward to this moment.
Yeah, I can tell. You're very excited. You're very excited
This is
for
it.
Apocalypse.
Albion's royal treasury. The store of the kingdom's total wealth. It's, well, not as replete as one would like, but just imagine this room shimmering with hills, valleys, and plateaus of gold. A topography of riches going all the way up to the sea.
Yeah, and this is where it's going to play.
It will require nothing less to build this army everyone is talking about. Which brings us to the second item on today's agenda, and one I'm personally very excited about. Setting the tax rate for the coming year. As you probably know, your brother was taxing the people rather heavily, and some say that this has led to poverty, starvation, and other societal ills. You have 3 clear choices, Your Majesty. 1, lower the tax rate, which one could argue would help the poor and the hungry, but would also leave the treasury in a miserable state. 2, maintain Logan's policies.
Right.
Not a popular
So we'll do lower and
people,
raise.
but moderately popular with the treasury. And 3, and don't let my enthusiasm influence you in any way. Raise
So heads for lower, raise for tax rate.
True. Many will suffer
I'm going
in
to
the short
pick
term, but we will be able to protect the
raise.
kingdom and run our
Whoever wins
fingertips
this will
over
do
vast amounts of gold.
So heads for raise,
In
tails
this
for
very
lower.
room.
Right, heads for raise. So one more
Your
time.
Majesty?
Heads for raise, tails for keep tax rate. Alright.
Very well, Your Majesty. A prudent choice. Why upset the status quo? The time for revolution has passed, and people are used to the current rate of poverty and starvation. Those who survive will thank you in the end. But you will still need to raise a lot more gold by other means. Unless you're willing to donate some of your own money to the treasury. Oh, I'm sorry. I do like a little joke now and then. However you decide to proceed, you should acquaint yourself with the Royal Ledger. It is a logbook that allows the reigning monarch to make deposits and withdrawals from the treasury.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Most
I can
useful financial tool.
I can actually add my own money in, and
Look
if
at the time.
if I saved up
You
constantly,
really
I
ought
could
to
actually
attend to
potentially
the
put a
next
good chunk in
item on
there.
today's agenda.
Right. Talk to Ian Boss.
Reva has a most intriguing proposal for you in Bowerstone Industrial. Now, I know you have had your differences, but it is time to put those behind you and work together. Nobody can raise money like Reva can, I assure you.
Things,
I have seen to it that your appearance among the populace is well publicized, so expect a crowd.
We need to get to 6 billion. It's a lot.
You know what I like most about people? They die.
I'm sorry, I know I'm your king, but I don't give a fuck about this at the moment. I need to kill you. Where's that sniveling little shit?
The world needs a big, strong man to put things right. You know her name, milady.
Come on, I know he's there!
You should go somewhere nice and peaceful. Like a cemetery.
Hang on, no, I'm getting him. I'm gonna find a way to get him. There's a way, I just gotta get down there and then aim. This game's a knobhead, you know? This is not oh. Whatever, I know where he is, it's not a problem, I know he is, I know where he is. I know where he is, I know where he is, it's not a problem. But it just annoys me because I could easily get it. Alright.
Oh, happy day! His Majesty, the King of Albion, graces us with his radiant presence. I knew last time we met that you would emerge victorious from such public sibling rivalry. And now, here I am, to assist you in filling your coffers till they are fit to burst. What better way to begin your reign than by reinstating one of my most successful policies? There is no greater waste than the idleness of our city's youth. But my employment scheme guarantees children of all ages will have something to occupy them, whilst ensuring our factories are properly manned.
It's just monstrous. Don't listen to him. You promised you would end child labor. Remember that promise now.
And what would you have us do with the snotty little indigents?
The only way Bowerstone is going to climb out of the gutter is through education. Nothing is more important to our future than that. Turn this factory into a school. Give the children of this city the chance they never had.
A school? Well, that's an original
Okay.
thought.
Heads,
Well, if you'd like to be
reinstate
known
child labour,
as a
tails, open
pauper
school.
monarch, then by all means, listen to her. Reaver Industries will
Okay.
abide by your decision.
We're opening the school.
The factory will become a school.
Thank you. We can really start changing people's lives now.
And
This
yes,
will be an Albion worth fighting for.
I shall begin the necessary modifications at once.
that's literally half my money already gone. But again, I'm doing this by the tails, and if we fuck up, we fuck up, right?
First ever school. You can now feel secure in the knowledge that your children can become the well-educated automatons you always wanted them to be.
Now, consider proposing a Bill Boston. Oh, cool.
Ah, it's the great ruler. Hello.
The king! Hello, superhero.
Hmm? There's still quest to do here? Nope, of course not. Where is the castle? Bum. Again, it's that we've now got.
My lord.
The thing is, I know that I've got to save up, but
Your Majesty.
this should be okay. I mean, all I have to is just save up and.
Ah, it's on.
His Majesty, the King of Albion.
Back to the throne we go, I guess.
Today, you will decide what is to be done with the Bowerstone Old Quarter, site of the battle for Albion. Paige will offer her proposal. Reaver shall stand against her.
You may speak.
Your Majesty, our victory came at a great cost to the city. You vowed to fight poverty, but our actions have made the problem worse. You must act now. I ask that the old quarter be rebuilt, and its former residents rehomed. You wouldn't just be helping those in great need. You'd be sending a message to your people.
Okay, heads for
They're
rebuild,
scared of
tails for
honesty.
reject.
Let them know they can count on you.
Your Majesty,
Reject
the old
proposal.
quarter was indeed devastated by...
Now is not the time to build houses. We had other priorities. The request is denied.
The king has reached his decision.
To be fair, I built a
The old
school, so
quarter
what more does she want?
Shall become a
They
monument
can live in the
to
school
our
and be
victory,
safe.
and is to be left untouched.
Sanity prevails. And do not fret. I shall make sure there is no negative publicity attached to your decision.
You have turned your back on those who need you the most. I wonder if anything has really changed since we overthrew your brother.
Oh my... You know, that is shitty of it. I'm sorry. But I did the school thing. I promised I stopped child labour. What more does she fucking want? Selfish bitch. Again, what's the point of rebuilding everything?
Demands of the greedy few, we are proud to announce that the historic site of Bowerstone Old Quarter will forever be preserved as a monument to this city's greatest triumph. Join me, Reaver, in saluting our proud heritage.
The thing is, why can't we just do this, build it after the darkness sort of thing? I don't understand that. They need to know. You think Walter and everyone would explain. You think the ones who are on our side should know.
It breaks one's heart to see the treasury so empty. If we don't do something about it, we will all die. And I have some very definitive retirement plans. As a matter of fact, our very first order of business might have a bearing on our financial situation.
Right.
The time has come
Heads
to
for
decide
raise,
the annual town
tails for
guard
lower.
budget. As you can
Then we'll
imagine,
repeat the
the
cycle.
people like to complain about crime and the lack of safety on our streets, and are calling for
Okay,
more guards
so heads
than
for
your
raise,
brother
tails
was ever
for
willing to pay
keep.
for. You have 3 choices, Your Majesty.
Alright.
Indeed, Your Majesty. Why make any changes in such
It was
a
raised and then
innocuous
obviously, because
matter?
like I said, there's 3 options,
So
so...
people don't feel safe. Is that such a terrible thing? Let us now turn our attention to the rest of today's business. Here is the royal schedule I have prepared.
Decide on the castle's decoration. Rule the status of Aurora. Embark on a journey to adventure and exploration.
As you can see, you have a busy day in the court, but a tremendously enjoyable one. Decoration is a passion of mine, and I simply cannot wait to see your choice. The interior designers await you in the throne room.
Yay! Good for me. I mean, the thing is that this. I remember I've got to do a couple more things, and then I could do what I want for a bit, and then whatever. But I would like to personally,
This is royal magnificence.
I would like to, what's it called? I would like to,
Ah.
try and remember.
All stand for the king.
I forget it. Let's just focus on this.
Hail
Pimp.
So good to see you.
I mean, pimpettes, I meant. That one.
Today you decide on the decor of the castle.
Really?
2 of Albion's greatest interior designers have come to present their suggestions.
You may speak.
Your Majesty, I am Herman Worthy, and I have a design in mind that will blow your
Alright, heads
little
for
royal
good,
socks
tails
off.
for evil.
Imagine a celestial scheme, capable of lifting the shadows that haunt these halls. A fabulous balance of serene hues that announce to the world, I am a strong, virtuous leader. Hear me roar. But also, look how pretty my home
Okay, I
is.
got evil.
You are an enlightened king. Let the heart of your castle be
Alright, I'm
enlightened
gonna wait
too.
until done talking.
Celestial? Serene? Pretty? Do you wish to be known as a ruler or as a fool? I am Sybil Maleficent, Your Majesty, and I can tell you that people respect what they...
I wish this to be a fortress of dread.
The readers of Castle Design Weekly will be delighted with your intelligent choice.
Well, I, for one, am seriously considering cancelling my subscription. You're all witches.
Oh, piss off, who cares how it looks, as long as we actually do things right. Whatever. Let's see what happens next.
At your command.
Gotta love that.
Today you decide on the future
Right.
of Aurora, Your Majesty.
Do this and hopefully end the video.
Kaelin will speak for her people. Reva will dispute her cause.
You may speak.
I am here to seek the protection you promised. It is too long since my people felt safe.
Heads
or
keep,
knew
tails
of life without suffering. We were honored to join your fight to claim Albion. Now it is time we joined your kingdom. Do what your brother failed to do.
Alright.
Help us
Keep.
to rebuild or...
I will keep my promise. Aurora will become part of Albion, and its people will be our equals in every way.
We got no money
King
now.
has spoken. Aurora shall
This
be
is
rebuilt
bad.
as part of Albion, and equal to every other part of the kingdom.
Thank you, Majesty. You have proven to be a man of honor. Aurora is proud to stand
Now
at
we've
your
got
side.
nothing. We're screwed. This is bad. It's been like a month in the game and we've already lost like all our money.
Welcome to the new and improved Aurora.
Wait, what's the
Oasis
point?
of friendship, camaraderie, and many other lovely things. Visit the city that Riva Industries rebuilt from sand, stone, and corpses. Enjoy the sunshine, the odd local customs, and the heavy soldier presence. Aurora, a light blooming in the darkness.
Oh, dear me.
A most brave decision in court today, Your Majesty. Aurora might have proven to be a rather profitable resource, but I'm sure we can find other means of filling the treasury. As a matter of fact, we could already have stumbled upon such an opportunity. Aurora may not turn out to be a waste after all. It seems that a group of Albion explorers visiting Aurora have discovered a rare diamond in the desert. They heard the legend of this extraordinary gem from the locals, and understandably set out to find it, without a moment's regard for their own lives. Which may go some way to explaining why only one of the explorers returned in one piece. He came back empty-handed, speaking of the hideous desert beings protecting the treasure. Think of the glory, Your Majesty, the adventure, the romance, the large sums of
This is a
money
quest and that
we
might be
stand
useful.
to make. The diamond is located in one of the caves beneath the Auroran wasteland, reportedly the site of an ancient, abandoned temple. You need only to take
That's true. Right, we're going to call it a video here. In the next one, we'll go to Aurora and find that crystal and probably get more money back in our pockets. Or we'll keep going down a rabbit hole and keep losing money because the coin does not want me to have anything and wants me to keep doing good, which I don't mind either way. I've already kind of been a bit evil before, but I don't really care. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.